Did you know that the seemingly harmless pill you take for a runny nose or a bad night's sleep could literally be shrinking your brain? Most people get their daily medication routine wrong, and it costs them their cognitive independence. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 9 popular medications you need to question your doctor about today to protect your memory. Welcome back to the channel. I am so glad you're here to join me because this is absolutely one of the most vital topics we could ever cover regarding our long-term health. So, you might be wondering, is your daily routine secretly slowing your brain? Well, the short answer is yeah, it might be. As we age, our bodies process drugs differently, making us highly sensitive to side effects and drug interactions. Think about it. As we get older, there is a natural increase in body fat relative to lean muscle and total body water. This means certain medications just kind of hang around in our systems way longer. We also experience natural changes in our kidney and liver function, which basically slows down how fast we clear these drugs out. Specifically, there is a group of brain-filling medications that geriatricians actively watch out for because they are directly linked to the risk of future cognitive decline. So, how do doctors know exactly which medications pose these risks? Well, I'm going to share some critical information based on the AGS Beers Criteria, an evidence-based list created by the American Geriatric Society detailing medications that older adults should avoid or use with extreme caution. This is essentially the gold standard watch list. It was updated recently in 2023, and it is used by board-certified geriatricians worldwide to identify drugs directly linked to adverse outcomes like delirium, falls, and dementia symptoms. Let's expose the 9 biggest culprits. The first 3 medications fall under a dangerous category called anticholinergics. Now, what's really fascinating and kind of scary is understanding why this actually happens. These drugs block acetylcholine, a chemical your brain desperately needs for learning and memory. Think of acetylcholine as the literal messenger that allows your brain cells to talk to each other. When you take anticholinergic medications, you're effectively taking a pair of scissors and cutting the phone lines in your brain's memory center. All right, here we go. Number 1, over-the-counter sleep aids. Number 2, first-generation allergy medications. Number 3, motion sickness pills. These are sold everywhere, and people pop them like candy just to fix a runny nose or finally get some rest. But clinical research shows that long-term use of strong anticholinergics significantly increases your risk of future cognitive decline and dementia symptoms. If you're over 60, you should particularly avoid these. Real-world data straight from the Beers Criteria table makes this danger crystal clear. We're talking about drugs like diphenhydramine, which is the main ingredient in many popular nighttime sleep aids and allergy pills, alongside meclizine, which is often used for motion sickness. The guidelines explicitly warn of highly anticholinergic effects, noting that clearance of the drug is reduced with advanced age. Cumulative exposure to these drugs creates this massive burden, leading directly to an increased risk of confusion, delirium, and devastating falls. Moving to prescriptions. We've talked about the pharmacy aisle, right? But the hidden risks definitely don't stop there. Some of the most potent cognitive threats actually require a doctor's signature, which sets up the next phase of our countdown. Number 4 is Paxil. While many antidepressants are safe, board-certified geriatricians almost never prescribe Paxil for seniors. Why? Because it carries a heavy anticholinergic burden that severely clouds your thinking. Many patients assume all antidepressants work exactly the same way, but Paxil specifically brings along that acetylcholine blocking effect we just talked about, essentially putting a heavy, thick fog right over your daily cognition. Looking further at the official guidelines, you'll notice paroxetine, which is the generic name for Paxil, but look right alongside it. Number 5, older tricyclic antidepressants. Drugs like Amitriptyline and antihistamines are older classes of antidepressants that drastically increase cognitive risks for seniors. They are incredibly harsh on the aging brain's chemistry and are absolutely prime candidates for reevaluating with your doctor. Number 6, muscle relaxants. These are classic brain-slowing medications. They might temporarily fix a pulled muscle or a mood dip, but they can induce severe brain fog, mimic the early signs of Alzheimer's, and dramatically increase your risk of a devastating fall. The Beers criteria points out that their effectiveness at dosages actually tolerated by older adults is highly questionable anyway. You are basically taking on permanent risks for a very limited, temporary fix. Number 7, sedatives and tranquilizers. Drugs like benzodiazepines are often handed out for anxiety or insomnia. In an older adult, these act like a heavy wet blanket over your brain synapses. Number 8, overactive bladder medications. Ironically, the exact same mechanism that stops bladder spasms also dries up your brain's memory centers. And number 9, certain nerve pain medications. These really round up a list of prescriptions that silently sap your cognitive independence. To put that into perspective, The Beers Criteria issues a really stern warning regarding sedatives like benzodiazepines, drugs like diazepam or alprazolam. It explicitly states that older adults have increased sensitivity to these medications and a decreased metabolism for long-acting agents. It was, in plain text, all benzodiazepines increase the risk of cognitive impairment, delirium, falls, and fractures in older adults. Because they are highly lipophilic, meaning they love to hide out in body fat, the sedation effects can literally linger for days, profoundly dulling your mind. Now, imagine taking more than one of these at a time. Combined, this creates a dangerous cocktail of polypharmacy, taking several risky pills at once, which skyrockets your chances of medication related harm. If you're taking a sleep aid, an overactive bladder medication, and a muscle relaxant concurrently, you aren't just experiencing isolated side effects, you are generating a massive cumulative anticholinergic burden on your brain. It's like a snowball effect. Now, do not go flush your pills down the toilet today. Quitting cold turkey can be dangerous and trigger severe withdrawal symptoms or a rebound of your original condition. The experts behind the Beers criteria emphasize a crucial point. Stopping a potentially inappropriate drug is not the ultimate goal. The priority is to help patients feel better and reduce the risk of harm. Instead, you need to do exactly this. Write these names down, schedule an appointment, and have a deep prescribing conversation with your doctor. Take back your power, right? Write down every single pill, vitamin, and over the counter medicine you take. Then ask them directly, are any of my medications on the Beers criteria list? And can we make my medication use safer? There are frequently much safer, modern alternatives, or even non pharmacological therapies, like cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, that can safely replace these brain slowing medications. Your memory is your most valuable asset. Protect it. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our science-backed longevity tips. Let me know in the comments, how many medications are you currently taking? I'll see you in the next video.